Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to today's video. Today is going to be a full day of eating. So today's macros that we're going to be hitting is 59 fat, 300 carb, and 305 protein. So we have meal number one. It is about like 4:30 a.m. We have 4 chocolate rice cakes. 4. These are delicious. I'm going to be dunking that into some cake pop protein that I made into a pudding consistency. So been getting a couple questions on like how to make this pudding. People think that it's like, oh, vanilla pudding or something, but no, it's just 2 scoops of pea science. You add a little bit of water and then you mix it up slowly and eventually you get a pudding consistency. Just put in water pretty slowly while mixing and you'll be solid. So we're gonna eat this up. Also gonna have oh my god, all right, one of our bug traps is for some reason in the middle of the whatever room this is called, but not gonna be eating that, but also gonna be having a little bit of coffee. So I'm gonna probably have like a half serving of almond milk and some coffee with that, some sweetener. So gonna be starting off the day. I'm gonna head over to the gym. It is a deload week, so gonna be a pretty quick training session, but we'll be showing you what we have in the next meal. See you guys. Meal number 2, just got back from the gym. Deload workout didn't take too long, but we have a scoop of some PE science pudding. You already know how to make it. Talked about in the last clip. Then we have some sea salt caramel. Just put it inverted into the microwave for 30 seconds. That would take it from like super frozen to this smoothness. And then there's a lot of caramel action up in here. This is like one of my favorite flavors. Also keeping the fat pretty low. This is a pretty low fat pint. There's only 6 grams of fat because, yeah, spoiler alert, we're gonna be having sushi later, so I wanna save some fats because salmon is way better sashimi than red snapper, although red snapper is super lean, but I wanna save fats for that. So we're gonna be eating this. This is gonna be, I think, about 45 grams of protein. Oh no. A little bit over 53 grams of protein. So really easy protein feeding. Also get to eat some ice cream and 20 grams of fiber, because also at sushi that kind of lacks fiber, so make sure to get that done before. So you're gonna eat these up, and then Nicole and Amon need to take naps, and then I'm gonna get to some work and maybe some Overwatch. That's how life has been. But gonna eat this up, and then we'll see you guys in the next clip. Alright, what's going on, guys? So since we last talked, I had 1 sea salt caramel bar from Enlightened, and also this is amazing. This is the movie night bar. So if you haven't had the movie night pint, highly recommend it. I actually may prefer the bars, just because if I get a pint, there's no way I'm not eating the entire pint. So these are just pretty much the pints, but put on a stick per serving. So it just makes it easier to not have to open up all 4 packages and eat them all. So had 2 of those. That's gonna be something like, let me do this math right now, 4.5 fat. So the carbs on these, it says 22 and 18, so it says 40, but 12 of those are from sugar alcohol, and I know there's sugar alcohol, I believe they used to use, they still do, erythritol. Erythritol is a sugar alcohol that's 0.2 calories per gram. So you can pretty much subtract that. You can subtract those sugar alcohol calories because I believe they're all from erythritol, or the majority of them. So that's going to be minus 12 carbs. So it's actually, math, 28 carbs for the 2 bars. And 11 of those were fiber. And then also we had 10 grams of protein. This one I think is dairy-free, isn't it? Yeah, this one's dairy-free. So that one only has 3 grams of protein. This is the regular. This has 7 grams of protein. But yeah, this may be my favorite flavor of the movie night right now. Sea salt caramel, I love too. The pint, because I think I ate that earlier in this video. But the caramel swirl is so good, and it's only 6 grams of fat per pint. But I'm really hungry right now, so I'm gonna have another meal. What we're gonna do, again, I want to keep my fast down if we're getting sushi later. So I'm gonna do Frosted Chocolate Cupcake and caramel rice cakes. I really just love this like rice cake and dip kind of meal, so I'm gonna do that, and we'll have a fun cup this time. We're good. We'll have a fun cup this time. So I'm gonna make this up, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's ready. I'm ready. So we got this stuff ready. We got the caramel rice cake, and we got that pudding. I'm telling you guys, I am telling you, this is amazing. Put way too much on, but that's the stuff. and this is not. But we're gonna fix this. I'm gonna eat this up. That's like something like 40 carbs. I did 2 scoops, so it's 50 grams of protein. I did want to keep my protein a little bit lower going into sushi later. When I say sushi also, I pretty much just eat the sashimi, so I'm not gonna have too many carbs there anyway. Just a lot of sashimi and mercury. But I'm gonna be finishing this up. We're gonna be, I think, around 140 protein so far today. But of course, if need be, I'm okay with trading a little bit of my carbs for more protein, depending, we'll see how the dinner goes. But I'm gonna eat this up, and then we're gonna go over to the arcade in a little bit. But see you guys in a bit. What's going on, guys? So we just came over to yesterday's. We're gonna be at the arcade a little bit. This is like a pretty much all you can play arcade. You pay 10 bucks per hour, and when they got everything, we got skee ball here, which we played a little bit. They got pinball, Guitar Hero, a bunch of like games here. Edge, they have a bunch of like consoles, everything back. A lot of like old school ones. I don't think they have like Xbox One or any of the new stuff, but they have like N64, Sega Genesis, so it's really nostalgic. So we're gonna be hanging out for here probably a few hours, because right across the way we can walk over is Sushi Palace, and we're gonna be getting some sushi after this. So we're gonna spend a little bit of time here and hopefully burn some calories with the skee ball. So talk to you guys soon. All right, are we filming?
Yes, sir.
Pineapple. So we just finished up at yesterday's, which is right there, and now we're gonna be going over to Sushi Palace, which is right there. Sushi Palace is my favorite. There's a couple of them, Sushi Palace, Sushi Saga, but it's all like, you get a piece of paper, you write down how much sushi you want. Sashimi is included, and it's all you can eat. So pretty much you can get like a pound or a couple pounds of raw fish, and it's just gonna be like the $25. So we're gonna get in there and make the most of it. Get our money's worth. All right, we are in Sushi Palace, and we're gonna start with some appetizers. So as you guys have seen, I haven't gotten any vegetables in. I can see the lens elongating. That was really cool. Like
when I do this?
Yeah, it gets like wider. It's
because it's getting more light in because it's so dark going this way.
It's just excited to see me. But the seaweed salad is what we're gonna have, because I haven't had any vegetables today, so I know someone's gonna call me out. But we're gonna go with 4 servings of seaweed salad. We get good lighting there. So we got 4 of these, which is gonna be the 4 servings of vegetables. Maybe I'll have more later. The way we track this, I have a food scale. I zeroed out this plate, and then I'm just gonna be weighing each one of these. And the way that I do this is I keep my score sheet. So I pretty much weigh everything out, and then I'm gonna be keeping track. We have seaweed salad, salmon, red snapper, and then tuna. And usually I have a rice measurement, but I'm not really going for too much rice here. So I'm gonna weigh all 4 of these, add them up, and then I'm gonna weigh at the end all of the containers, and then subtract. So some people may say this is really annoying, but I get to eat sushi and lose weight, which is kind of cool. So we're gonna get into this, 280.
Could've used more spicy sauce, but it's still good.
So we just got this is the sashimi, so this is just some raw fish. We got a bunch of salmon, and we got red snapper. The red snapper is super lean. For like 20 grams of protein, it's gonna be 1 gram of fat. The salmon is more like it's like 7 grams of fat, 5 to 7 for 20 grams of protein, so a lot more fat there. But it's delicious. Tastes way better. Actually, the tuna looks amazing too. I need more of that. I think that's a good idea. Nicole was sitting over, or I was sitting over there next to the sushi, but I think this is how it should be done. So we're gonna get into a little bit of this. I'm gonna be weighing it out with my trusty scale, and then also get a little bit of soy sauce to dunk it in. So I'll also be putting it down on my little sheet napkin. All right, let's get into it. The sashimi, thanks to Bradley's help on the salmon. But we finished those up. They're finishing up the sushi. We had 440 grams of seaweed salad, so vegetables. And that actually had more fat than I was expecting. There was 13 grams of fat in that, and that was like 440 calories. About a gram per calorie. Yeah, right. And then had 466 grams of salmon sashimi, that's a pound. And then red snapper had 294 grams of that. The red snapper for that much was 4 grams of fat for 60 grams of protein. And the salmon was 102 grams of protein, but 28 grams of fat. So we got a little bit crafty with the numbers for today. Gonna train a little bit of carbs for protein, but we'll be still to our calorie goal. And then here is finally the sheet of how we track that. So a couple things of salmon, a couple things of red snapper, and then that was the 4 seaweed salads minus the bowls. So that's how I go about tracking at Sushi. So if you guys are going to Sushi, that's how I'd recommend to do it if you're completely comfortable bringing a scale to the place. But I think I have to cap off my numbers, so see you guys with that last meal at home.
Okay.
Here I am. So we just got back from Sushi, gonna finish off today's macros. What we're gonna be doing is just having 2 delicious, you can pick them up, chocolate rice cakes to finish up the day. So that's gonna be something like 11 carbs, 1 fat each. I don't know if there's any protein in it. But we did change around the macros a little bit. With all my clients, usually I'm just like, first goal is hitting your calories, second goal is hitting your protein. Fats and carbs, we can really play with those. But when I'm doing prep and working with a coach, really kind of, I wanna do the best to hit those exact numbers. But if I'm gonna be over on protein or over on any macro, I'd rather it be protein and take from the other 2. So we had to do that a little bit today because sushi is delicious. So the fat is at 69 grams. So what we're gonna do is take 10 of that away. So we're 10 over, which is about 90 calories. So it's about the same as 20 grams of carbs. I usually say like 10 fat is equal to about 20 carbs. So times 2, because one's 4 calories per gram, the other's 9 calories per gram. So that would mean 10 over in fat is like another 20 carbs that we have to be under. So we finished carbs at 252 and protein was at 335. So protein was 30 over. We had carbs about 50 under, and fat was 10 over. So this is gonna sound so confusing, but so hopefully this makes sense. But the 10 fat over, we're gonna think of as 20 carbs over, so we'll be 20 carbs under. The 30 protein over, we also have to be 30 under in carbs. So pretty much that means we gotta be 50 under in carbs in total, so we hit 252 carbs. So everything is good in the land. Does that make sense, Amon? I think that's the worst way to explain it. He wrote it right here.
You confused me.
So this sounds way better. Just be like over 10,
yeah.
And then we're like over 30, and then under 50. And that'll make sense when we look at the total calories versus goal. Sorry guys, quick maths. But yeah, that's going to do it for today. We also have 50 grams of fiber. The seaweed salad was our what is it called, vegetables today. We had 440 grams, which I think that's about 4 servings at least. So that's gonna do it for today's video. Like, comment, subscribe if you guys haven't already. I hope you guys enjoyed this. We are something like 20 weeks out from that final show. Hopefully, I'll be honest, I want Cliff to cut my carbs back down so we can get a little bit leaner. I do want to see how far we can take this physique. But of course, if he's gonna say eat 300 grams of carbs, we're gonna do that. But again, that's it for this video. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Keep it flexible. I'm out.